EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with the Houston Texans. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
First and 10, Watson. Flushed out right, and his first look is incomplete.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
So after the incompletion, second and 10 from the 22. Throwing again is Watson. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Carl Joseph. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time, and that'll bring up second down.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Let's go, defense.
Mayfield on play action. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Well, so far on this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up third and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a third and 10. Mayfield to throw it. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing a ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, first and 10, just shy of the 30. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to second and 4.
The ball carrier.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4.
From the 35, back to work on second and 4. Watson to give. This is Johnson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a third and 4.
And it brings up third down.
Johnson just beating the play clock. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced the third down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced the dump off to the back, and even then they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a two-game losing streak.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. J.J. Watt in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds.
The ball carrier.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
On third down, Mayfield. Man open, that's Damian Radley. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Good tackle.
Next receivers, they'll spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains.
I'm about to do a disservice to the catch we just saw. One-handed, coming down with it, just like that. Yeah, I know. Odell Beckham Jr. We're used to this, aren't we?
We are.
And that's just wrong on every level. That was spectacular.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That is now 19-yard gains on back-to-back plays.
1st and 10.
And a nice carry and a first down for Cleveland. A nice pickup there by Nick Chubb, who's a bright spot for this Cleveland offense. He finished 2nd in the league in rushing in 2019 with nearly 1,500 yards on the ground and got into the end zone 8 times. And how about this for durability? Has not missed a game in his NFL career.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Browns have taken the early lead. The touchdown giving him the first quarter lead. Remember, they lost a rough game 2 weeks ago. Then they had to sit through the open week, but a good start here.
And just think about everyone around them, everyone around the organization. When you lose headed into that open week, everyone's cringing because you don't have a chance to get on the horse and ride it again for at least 2 weeks. Well, they were able to take that time, use it constructively, and now they're back in form.
Randall Cobb on the return. The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
A 3-yard pickup.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On second down, Johnson. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with third down coming up.
5 yards.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
3rd and 2, Watson. Incomplete. He had his hands on it, but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
.44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well.
JoJo Natson on the return. The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They begin this drive with Chubb, and he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Ross Blacklock on the tackle.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Now a throw here on second down, and that's complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
That's a gain of 1.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
41-yard line.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, Mayfield. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
1st and 10.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 36. Mayfield now. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. David Njoku, his first touchdown on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And it's now 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. The first down carry here for Johnson. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
43-yard line.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Watson's throw here taken in by Cooks. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Brandon Cooks, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans draw a bit closer. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over. This game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Oh, well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would.
And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Browns are able to strike quickly for 6.
For the point after.
It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score Browns 21, Texans 7.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
31-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42.
Ball carrier.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Now Natson. Called out a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10.
27-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Second and 10 now from the 27. Here's Mayfield. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Njoku. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
It's a loss of a yard.
As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took it straight into the backfield and made the tackle for a loss.
2nd and 11. Now Mayfield. Got an open man. It's Radley. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 34-yard line. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The tight end, David Njoku, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
I'm fully built for this life. I think I earned all my stripes. I don't believe all the hype. Get back on my feet and get right. Watch me work, watch me.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 yards there, first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Mayfield on first down. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. From the 24, they'll go again on second and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. The big man, P.J. Hall, had the path to the QB there.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. To throw, Mayfield. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
For the Browns field goal, a 40-yard attempt.
Seibert's kick is good, and they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
Randall Cobb on the return. The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you got this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. From the gun, here's Watson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Faking the give. Now Watson. And he's taken down. This will be a Browns sack. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Brian Anger now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this will be down just on the other side of midfield.
Over first and 10 at their own 49-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
2nd and 10.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Mayfield. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Final play of the half, Mayfield. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Vernon Hargreaves with a pick. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Texans.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
5-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. The third quarter starts with a run by Chubb. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Vernon Hargreaves.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Mayfield looks to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
He was brought down.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. He finds his target, Fuller. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. He got 29 yards that time.
29 yards.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Check mark 50. Mike is a 50. Check mark 50. It's on the field. It's on the field. Hey, it's on the route. Here we go. 50, 50. Mike 50. Let's go.
And they'll run with a former All-Pro. This is David Johnson. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
It's a pickup.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
His throw caught at about the 5. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run it with Johnson, and he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. David Johnson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, and the Texans get a bit closer. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses them about 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 25-yard line.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6.
King. Cover my work. 41 Mike.
Mayfield to throw it. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
1st and 10.
Now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
He'll get 3 up to midfield.
He was taken down at the 50.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Mayfield now from the 50. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
At the 32-yard.
He's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
From the red zone now, Mayfield. His throw caught at about the 5. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That'll be a gain of 16, and it's going to yield a new set of downs. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll run with Chubb, and he takes this one in for a Browns score. Nick Chubb, his 14th touchdown now on the year, and the Browns add on to their lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic, and it sounds almost trite. But the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collected victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do?
And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
2nd and short now following the fumble. They begin the drive with Johnson. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. On first down, Watson. He gets it left side of Johnson. No gain, and it's 2nd down.
It was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. On on second down. It's Johnson, and this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Johnson, the ball carrier.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
The Texans on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, Watson. And that will be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Here's Brian Anger now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Browns drive about to get started. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5.
Down at the 18-yard
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets his football out shy of the 30 to the 29. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the 4th quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
I got it. 41 Mike. 41 Mike. Better bring it. You better bring it.
A 1st down throw for Mayfield. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to his tight end, David Njoku. And it's 2nd down. And the incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
The Browns on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 42. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a 1st down. So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. And again, it's Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
Incomplete.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
They throw again on 2nd down. This one's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 32-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
At the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
For the field goal, a 45-yard attempt.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for Browns TD. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive. Then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
Not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 33-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. Now it brings up 3rd down. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
This is Johnson, he's got it. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. What a throw right there for the first down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup?
Now a first down throw, Watson. And Cooks has it over the middle. And he's got this down to the 35. 16 yards there. 2 straight plays of 16 yards and another first down.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game the play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Mack Wilson. 20. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
And he'll bang that one through.
Makes the score Browns 48, Texans 14.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this? And now Watson throws another interception. Picked off by Mack Wilson. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal.
We got 3 guys.
Following the interception, Mayfield. His pass caught at the 4. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. That catch good for only a couple. Very fortunate to get another shot. Here's second and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us. We're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this carries into the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Browns.
Recovered by the Browns.
Push him back. Push him back.
So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal.
Safe. Shift. Kings. Hey, alert 33.
Following the penalty, Chubb. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
One of the fun parts about working with you, is that we've learned that there are different ways to do things than the way we were brought up to do them. This is Madden. Of course they were going to go ahead and get another score. What do you mean take a knee?
And that just makes the final margin even more lopsided. I think they earned themselves a cold drink from the fridge, right?
There's no doubt
some
about
pretzels, too, some hummus. Go crazy.
See, we've learned.
Go crazy.
We have learned the Madden way of doing things.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.